right, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the ICA show. I'm Alan, your host, and I'm joined by my opponent yesterday, Benjamin Nunez. Ben,
Hi.
welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So, let's get started. And hold on, let me just send an email. All right, perfect. So, let's get started with the show. Once you turn the music off, let's get right into the concept. So, Neil Gupta, what's up? Hope you can come back to ICA one day, maybe to direct another tournament for us. It would be great. And yeah, thank you. We will get into the move later. But first, let's get into the concept of the show. Yesterday at 5 p.m., I played a game against Ben in the Glen Quads. It was the first game ever live streamed in the Glen Quads. It was a really good match in that there was good commentary by Thomas. There was very active play from both sides. There was lots of positional elements until I was able to open the game up. Regardless, it was a good match. We'll get into it. But the great thing is, Ben and I were on the right side of history. Ben, how do you feel about, despite your result, being on the right side of history in this sense?
Well, I feel good. I think at the start, the opening, I think I could have started attacking you more because you were very passive. So instead of going like knight h5, you go on g5 first, then knight h5, and you would have been starting to like struggle because my whole attack, my opponent would just push, and since you're knight on the d2, you had no really piece more active. You just took away, you could use took the bishop for the knight. Or I don't think was good. That then you started having no activity.
Yeah, and we will get more into the game. But how do you feel about being the first ever live stream match at ICA?
Good, actually. It feels
good, actually. That's good. So let's get right into it. Hopefully my internet works. Let's start watching the stream.
Okay, so he played.
Ben, don't actually give the commentary yet. You're listening to Thomas talk.
Oh.
And the way it's going to work is we're going to listen to Thomas talk, and then when we get into an interesting position where either you disagree with what he says or you agree with what he says or you want to add on, then we'll switch to our analysis board and we can make an analysis.
Okay.
So now we're going to react to Thomas, assuming the internet will work. Will the internet work today, or will the internet not work today? What do you think, Ben?
No, actually.
You don't think it will work?
Maybe. Actually, maybe not, but...
Well, let's see. Hopefully the internet will work today.
Yeah.
Well, for now, let's go onto the chess.com board and start analyzing it until the internet begins to work. So, Ben, would you like to start the analysis while I wait for the internet to work?
Okay, so he played d4, d5, c3. I'm not sure why you played that move.
I'm curious. Have you ever played against this before?
No, but I actually played. So my first game against Jaden, my second game against Jaden, he first played this. This is what he played me.
So direct Ropowski attack.
Yeah. I got feel like we what that was, and like Bishop, you're like, oh, you're gonna play something like that. Like, I don't know how to play against this. I've actually never seen Bishop g5.
So d4 c3 is actually my prep, because what I want to be able to do is, if I can get to my chess.com board right now. So hold on, did the internet works now?
It does? Nice. I'll go from the start.
All right, so let me get back into the prep of the opening. So as I was saying here, if we make the moves d4, d5, and c3, this was actually my opening prep, because my goal is for you to go knight f6, I go bishop g5, and then if you were to play something like, I don't know, g6, I go here, 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 and eventually after something like, let's do something random.
Castle.
No, don't castle. I'm sorry, it's your turn. So I want you to attack my knight. And eventually I'll take. You will take me back. I push. And immediately I get a knight in the center. This is my prep. To give you a bishop pair, I know, but I get 2 strong knights. So this is my prep.
Wait, but
Yeah.
after here, can't you just go here, bishop f5? Just
All right. Do you want
immediately.
to take my knight?
Yeah, I like that. Okay,
All right, then I'll have a strong bishop.
Yeah. Did
And
you ever have prep for this?
so bishop here, you play that, you kill my prep, so then I just play naturally, which is exactly what happened in the game. So it's just me playing naturally, as we will hopefully see now, if the internet doesn't break again. All right, internet broke. I give up. So what we're going to do, for those of you that want to watch the stream at your own time, you can watch Thomas's reaction to our stream at our own time. But for now, it's going to be just me and Ben analyzing this match, and you can watch whatever Thomas said about us after the show. So let's get right into it. So you play bishop f5. That completely counters my prep. But I just wanted to play naturally. Complete proper London system attack, get my knight, get my pawn, and get my other knight eventually to d2. And Thomas did tell me after the game, it looks pretty weird that I'm playing a London system and bishop's on this diagonal instead of this diagonal. Why did I not just take the knight right away? And I'll pose the question back to him. Would you take the knight right away in the Rui Lopez? I don't think so. I like the bishop here. It will be better here, but there's always time. So yeah, that's my prep. You can now continue the analysis.
I actually like this move because it was so annoying because I had to move here or find a way to push this pawn out to protect it. So I actually really liked. Actually, I always play c5 in any hoping you play against me in d4. I'll always go the same structure as e6, d5 pawn, and c5.
So Neil Gupta asked me the question just now. Wait, isn't your dark squared bishop bad after all your pawns are on dark squares? Well,
It's out, so it's
if
kind of.
it'll be off the board, it won't be bad. Let me put it that way. And eventually, I could trade the bishop for the knight, but right now it's a bad bishop, but it's placed where I need it to be. And Thomas said, "Isn't it the Trompowski, not the Rui Lopez?" Yeah, I was just making an analogy, comparing. I was just making an analogy. That's why I brought it up. All right, keep going.
So I always play c5 in anything, in Queen Gambit especially I play c5. So bishop e5 check. Knight e5. I chose to play rook c8 because here I didn't like a lot this structure. I didn't like a lot. Here, and then just move the bishop back, or like we take this. I didn't like a lot this position that much. Because after here, you take here, or they can go just move the bishop back. You win the pawn, but then your queen's gonna be trapped.
Well, where's my knight gonna go? I need to move my knight somewhere.
Here, you take.
And then you take another pawn, and I don't see any trapped queens.
No, I'm saying this after something like castle here. Queen here. One move later, I'm gonna trap your piece. Look, these are like only moves, and yeah, I guess here you might be winning here, but I didn't like that much the structure of this afterwards, so I got kind of worried. So I played rook c8 instead.
Yeah.
So queen a4. I like that move because you forced me to play queen b6. 92. I didn't understand 92 at all. Like, why did you play 92?
Well, at this point, I felt the attack was going to be pretty much dead. There was no way for me, unless somebody in the comments or you can suggest to me, to continue this attack. So my plan was just knight bd2, and if you play passively, I can either take right away with check and then get my queen back and just continue development, because I just felt there wasn't really much of an attack to continue. So just let you focus on the attack and let me develop.
But the problem is, All I have to do is do bishop e7, and I don't worry about bishop takes now.
Well, let me ask you: were you worried about instead of me playing knight to b to d, knight b to d2? Were you more worried about me taking your knight?
Yeah.
All right. So if I were to take and you take, like you were mentioning earlier, obviously I'm going to run away somewhere, maybe perhaps here or perhaps to the square c6. And it looks as if you have a bad center.
No, c6 isn't good. Because it takes, you have the same idea with this.
Yeah, same idea, yeah.
So
as I was saying, if I were to run away, and then eventually the center's completely yours, Ben. E5 means that maybe not right now, but look at this. You have a center.
Yeah, but when you play e5, you don't have to accept it. Like
yeah, exactly. I don't have to accept it, but at the same time,
you
just
have like
you're
1, 2, 3 defenders. You don't have to accept it. When they do it and if they take, then you take everything takes, right? You end up with pretend they play e5, right?
Mm-hmm.
You just 92 now, right?
You're 92.
Like you said.
Mm-hmm.
If I take,
don't take. That's the whole point. Don't take. Just leave it there for now. Continue your development, and eventually you can choose to take. Taking will mean that your pawns are doubled and isolated.
But then you could also just straight away go something like takes here, like you develop bishop e7 or bishop d6, right? I take this straight away.
Okay.
And then now we got e5, like later, like castle or like something like that. Then you could straight away have e5. We have 1, 2, and 3. You have 1, 2, and 3. So you can just do. So if I castle, I don't know, like you play like if I just go queenside castle right now, right?
Okay.
You play a6, so I kick my bishop out.
All right, but even so, the plan for, in my opinion, Ben, the plan for you right now is why not? What's stopping you at this point from going bishop back, and maybe not right now, pawn push because there's a pinned knight, but in the future going here and here, maybe after castling, and getting a rook on the e file. What's stopping you from going here and here?
But the problem is, by then I'm already look. If I go here, you go castle, right? Like you said, I already sacrificed this and could take here.
Where am I taking?
Or I just go here straight away.
Black is not taking.
Yeah, but then you really just took the center out of my hands. If you try to push, I'll take. You take, I'll take. Well, not knight now, but like if you push, I can probably take this. When you
actually
take
at this point, takes, you take, we can take, rook can take. There's a pawn left, unless I'm missing something.
And if here instead of you go your same idea, right? Here, rook e1, or even rook e1, castle e5. Now there's no pawn hanging. You have no worries about this. And this is hanging, yeah, but you really got everything protected. The queen's gonna be tracked. So like, if you go a6 here, right? I take. You take with like whatever you take with, or even I can take whatever you take with. Rook is probably the worst, but like queen, I can just trade off and just take. Not even take. If you take a queen, I can probably not like really trade it off, but like just move it back here and just attack this, and even though you're gonna win you're gonna actually win the pawns though. Maybe you're gonna have to take and you're not gonna win the center really. After c4, you're not gonna win the center. I am gonna get past pawn, but like I can just go straight away here, or like knight a4, just attacking this and just trading off.
All right, so quick interruption. Our commentator from yesterday is on the show because we couldn't get the internet to work. Thomas, welcome.
Well, hello, Alan. Nice to be on the show again.
And before we get into it, let me just answer a few of the viewer questions. So bishop takes f2. Yeah, we covered it. What's the rating of both of us? Both of us are in the 1370s range.
Yeah. I think I think now I'm like a 1369. I got 1 point out of the tournament. It was sad. I got 1 more point. I would have been 1370.
All right, so let's get back into the actual game because we are getting very much deep into theory. Very good debate, but the viewers came to see the debate and the game. We can play at this point 10 games based on this opening, which based on our ratings, we probably will be playing 10 games. We can come onto the show 10 more times and have 10 more debates.
Like if because we'll probably like next quad, if both of us gain the same rating, we're still gonna be in the same area.
Yeah. All right, so in the game, after knight here and bishop here, which we argued about a lot, we had a big trade. Actually, not really. Here, yeah, we had a big trade, and I ran away. So, Thomas, based on the opening, do you have any thoughts about what you've seen so far in the opening?
Well, yeah, I think I do. I think here black probably should be better. And I think probably the right way to go about it is g5, knight h5, as been said before, and then followed by something like f6, king f7, just play on the king side, and potentially in the center.
You're here. You're saying like something like this.
Yeah.
Bishop f6, king e7, and rook e8.
Probably f6, right? In the future, and
Yeah.
then something like rook a8, c4. You can push the pawn to b4. It just looks very unpleasant for white. White's pieces are, don't really have a lot of play in the center, or on any side of the board for that matter. So here I would definitely prefer black.
Yeah, and that's the debate that we got into yesterday during the interview. Who's better here, white or black? So if I were to turn the engine on, it would probably agree with...
I'm better by like 1 point. Is she?
Yeah, according to the engine, it's at this point, Ben is better by 0.5, according 0.8 now. It's going, maybe there's a point of advantage for you because of your attack on the king side. Now you had the debate, who's better at this point? Maybe you are better, but I still have lots of hope and lots to fight for because this knight, either it will take the bishop and open up the rook, or it will stay there and just stay as a tactical weakness. No attackers, no defenders, it's in trouble. And on the queen side, there's a big party for me. I can either get an open file or pass pawn. So,
No,
yeah.
if you go a4, I go rook a8.
No, a4 probably f6 to try and not hang the pawn on c6.
Yeah, you go here first.
And f3, then take the bishop and play rook a8.
Take rook a8, and you cannot push this. I'll be entering here 1 minute, like literally, like next move. I can just enter here or block your castling in nearly both sides. Go here either. We're blocking your castling here, attacking this. You can't push. And if you go b3 or here, like if you go around the move, like if you go,
let's say b3.
b3, I can just go c4 first, or first here, then next is give me c4. And something like that where like you have to take. I go here, I'm gonna win back the pawn.
But then how about c5 here? Takes a5.
But c5 takes.
No, takes a5.
Oh, you go a5 here?
Yeah, maybe this isn't the best.
No, but then you go rook a6 and bishop d8.
And
okay,
so if I go something like rook a2, followed by knight b3,
I go first c4 blocking this.
Then you hang the bishop.
So you're saying like I can probably go here, go c4. Like if you go, and also your knight here is blocking your king escape, so you can't do anything about here. All you have is here.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
And what I can do here, I can try some sort of maneuver where I go king d1, playing.
So by then, I'm already have here.
And now knight b3. No, but then
I
bishop.
go bishop c4, and I just pinned you. You have to go here, and I can just take this. I don't have to worry. I can just.
Okay, yeah.
With rook a8, I can probably just move my. No, I can't move my bishop. Maybe I take with this one. I can probably take with this. No, wait, no, I can't take it. I'd probably just sacrifice this and just take that.
Okay, yeah, maybe, but at the end of the day, can you just take on c5? And it's probably better for black.
Yeah, no, yeah, because this is double pawn, and there's no way your king can enter really, and this pawn's gonna be gone. It's a gone already. That's how advanced it is. But let's get back to the game.
Going back for just a second, Alan. I know you said the position after g5, bishop g3, knight h5 was okay, but practically, like, I feel like it's very hard to come up with a good productive plan here for white. Like, I mean, of course, didn't know what you were thinking in the game, but did you have any like things you wanted to play for if this happens?
Well, if we do, in this case, what would happen if you were to play this? Well, at this point, the one thing that was complicating me both in this hypothetical position and in this game was what I was most afraid of was c4 followed by bishop d3, because I had to go king e2, connect my rooks, and then push for a4, a5. Like I said, getting the file for myself. So eventually, what it's all about is, it's tough to say, Thomas. Maybe f3, e4, trying to destabilize that dark squared bishop, but at that point, it's also too late. So yeah, it's tough. It would be a position I would need to think about. Hopefully not for too long.
Yeah, it's a hard position, and f3, e4 is a good plan, but then also maybe f6 at some point.
Yeah,
could be unpleasant.
But here you don't even have to play. You can just play straight away c4, just giving your bishop options. And now we've come to this idea when you're playing a5. After your idea with f3, like here after c4, your idea with f3, right? I can play knight.
Never mind. But at the same time, if c4 right away, let's go back to here.
Maybe a4.
What about b4? And
b4 just go b5.
No,
right?
Not b5, but
if you take, I'm going to take and get an open file, and if you go b5, a4, and I get myself the file that I was craving the whole game.
Yeah, so maybe c4 is a bit,
Maybe that's too aggressive.
But okay, I think there's a lot of good things black can do here. Black, has a lot of choices.
All right, so what happened in the game? So knight h5, I played
taking, but the problem is afterwards, I thought that after here, so I take, you take. I thought that this file could be strong in the endgame. It would be difficult to push this pawn. I gotta play out of because this pawn can only be defended by this, really, or g3 here, or very and here you can't go obviously because of this, and after something like g3 here, that's very passive for your bishop. Like I don't really want that.
Can you just play something like f6?
You're so afraid of taking me. If you're afraid of taking me, why play knight h5 in the first place?
No, because in the start, I thought of this, but then I missed. I was thinking that this would be okay, but after looking back, so I played first knight h5 because my idea was this, and taking. But then after I didn't evaluate that much, and I thought that after here, I might be still like doing good, but in the end game, I thought that it just wouldn't be good, and here I didn't evaluate in this position. I didn't evaluate after here takes that this file wasn't here.
But Ben, just one consideration is if you just leave the pawn in h6 and play something like f6, king f7, forcing the knight back to f3, how is white ever going to use the open file to attack it?
So, like you're saying, I go in knight h5.
Yeah. And
G6 takes f6.
yeah, something like this. And after knight f3, something like
King
king
f7.
f7. I mean, intuitively it just feels like the bishop pair is stronger than the open file, because if the g pawn isn't moved, or maybe even h5 can be played.
But here
I
they
don't.
can just go something like knight b3 and like takes
I'm probably not
c4,
going to take.
or you can just go rook c1, preparing for if you try to take it. We've got backup.
And if I go rook a8,
Rook a8.
I guess just a3.
I can just go, yeah, what you said, a3, and the bishop is strong, but this bishop is really bad.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And I think rook a8 is actually helping me out, because here I do have, I might have fun with this, but you literally, with rook a8, you're literally just helping my problem with bishop after taking you got here.
But you also, on the contrary, are creating some holes on the light squares, and something
Yeah,
like c4 and then rook a5, rook b5 is starting to look appetizing.
so you're saying,
In like, and I'm not saying like that's just something that would be like winning, but I don't I think black is probably better here, and even if there's not many constructive plans, yeah, the engine agrees.
yeah, they definitely are better, but I didn't calculate. In one point, I didn't really like the takes here. I didn't see I didn't see all of this idea with f6. I didn't see this, or with the f6 idea with, and also I didn't see with knight here h6. I didn't see the deal with here b5. So I think I just wasn't seeing that much strategy as me with my ideas. Or I don't think I was like going fully with my plan when I wanted to. Because like here I could have taken and I still would have been okay. But I wasn't looking deeply. I was worried that then this pawn be really weak, because now it can't move without being worried about this pawn. But then has so like after take. Now if you move this pawn right now, it's okay, right?
Probably.
But then this pawn starts getting weak, because then you have not as much protected with the pawn here, because it's an H file. It's different if the pawn was on a D. I wouldn't really care that much. But on an H, who has no one on the other side, and there's one defender, pawn defender.
But how are you? If you just leave it on g7, how are you going to attack it? Like, if black just does nothing here, yes, okay, white has an open rook. G7 could be a little bit weak, but if I just go f6, king f7, which was, kind of my plan from the start, how are you really going to attack anything? Knight h4 probably is good, but bishop d3.
So
g5 maybe consideration.
King e2 first, and then go here. Then you're making it force to go here.
Mm-hmm.
Because c4, we already explained at a4, and
But now rook a8, right?
b4 is b4. Rook
Yeah,
a8. But then I'm just gonna go with my same idea. It wouldn't matter.
And then but if I go bishop h7,
yeah, bishop h7, it's safe. It's powerful.
it's a really good piece. Like,
yeah.
But now the rook is not protected by the pawn now. Now the only protected right now is the pawn.
Yeah, but how am I gonna get to this pawn?
So that's like, how are you ever gonna attack either one of those pawns?
There's a king protecting it, and the king is not gonna get touched.
Yeah, that was probably better for me taking.
Right. Regardless, let's see what happened in the actual match. So, in the game, after knight ef3, bishop goes back, and then I push for a4 right away because. All right, let's go back. Let's go to the comments before we continue. So Brian Andre said f4, g4, knight f3, g5 for. Never mind. Okay, never mind. This guy says knight takes f7. In what context? When my
After bishop d6, he's talking about knight f7.
he wants me to sack the knight. Okay, I'm not doing that. All right, a4.
No, but it actually works, Alan.
It works.
Yeah.
All right.
What? So bishop d6?
So bishop d here, knight f7. Instead of knight f3, you can play knight takes f7.
All right. What's your plan?
No, it doesn't work. You go here. You take this.
And then I take your rook.
Yeah, I take this
sorry,
rook.
sorry. I take the bishop.
Oh wait,
then-
and you win that rook.
Yeah, and then I take on b6, and your
Yeah.
knight's trapped. And I just go
This
knight
act-
a4.
What is
I
this?
just go knight
Actually,
a4, and I'm just up like a ton of
well,
material.
this is working because after that you go b3, and you got
Yeah, or you can
knight
take
b2 and a4, and you got a pass pawn, and you got a, and it's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and
And
your
the-
knight's not going anywhere.
What?
And your black knight's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, only move right now to defend the knight would be here,
but
just
then
blocking the entrance.
if I take on c5, knight takes c5.
But yeah, here you're just completely lost.
Hmm.
You're like completely lost.
Yeah,
And
I
then
don't think we have to analyze this.
even here, you just take it. You're completely lost. Black.
And yeah, so but after knight f7, I think the critical line is bishop takes g3. And here, I think White can play two moves. He can take on h8, or he can just take h takes g3.
I actually think this might be not as good for White, maybe because they got the bishop pair.
Yeah, but if White's able to save the knight, then he's fine. And one plan I see is knight f3.
Knight f3.
And
No,
then,
but then I go rook king e8, king e7. I mean,
yeah, maybe this is good.
I'll sacrifice this
maybe
and
five is
win
not.
this, or even just straight away win
So
this.
maybe knight f3 is not right. But
What about after at this point to save the knight?
what if you just play g4? Hold on, instead of knight f3, just g4.
They tried it. No, the knight's hanging right away. So
Wait, no, actually, I think maybe h3 is actually still working.
yeah, then rook takes knight and g4. Yeah.
Yeah.
And if I just retreat something like
But
bishop h7.
After takes here.
So not knight f3, not knight f3. I don't think it is good.
So the context was knight takes h8, and then
No, with the bishop takes on g3.
I lost the position. All right, so back, and then h3
If
right
I go
away.
g4, if I go g4, what are you gonna do? No, I just go g4.
G4 right away. I say.
Wait, g4 right away.
Yeah, and if you take, I go knight g6, and I'm up 2 points in material. I'm up in exchange.
Yeah. But why not play f3 first? Because knight's not going to play low.
What about bishop h7? And the knight's
No, I
trapped.
think this is better. Yeah. So I think this is still working. Yeah, because here after g4, if you give what Thomas says, like you give him one move, he's going bishop h7. This is protected, and you have no worries about blocking these two. King e2, and this pawn knight is gone. I take.
No, probably.
Your bishop's.
No, this is not good. You probably should not take.
And go knight h5 actually. Knight h5, and you're blocking.
Right, my knight's still trapped. But then I can go g6, h5. It's going to be some position.
Yeah.
Your king's going to.
What if you just go g5 straight away? You just block.
Take.
Oh wait, yeah.
No. Actually, Ben might have a point. This might be.
No,
fine.
but after here, you're gonna have to. You're gonna take this with this.
But if I just take back.
You take back and then.
And.
Rook h6.
Yeah, maybe rook h6.
King
No,
E7.
king e7, and you
And then
get,
knight g6. Yeah, that's the idea.
yeah, and then take 6. Wait, no, we here. Oh yeah, and the problem is you can't go king f7.
Yeah, there's probably a bunch of ways to get the knight out.
Yeah.
And you don't even have to go down this if you don't want. You can just play h takes g3 after bishop takes g3. And then once he takes your knight, you can take his knight.
Oh, yeah. So I think that does work. But actually, bishop takes f7. But
Yeah.
he plays here. Bishop f7 probably wasn't the best move, but
Yeah,
okay.
I think this is a big inaccuracy. I think it was very important here to take on g3 first.
Yeah, I should have taken. Then
Yeah.
table gate. No
Mhm.
worries about bishop here. And they actually still can't do anything, surprisingly.
So what will my plan be? Would I go for b4 right away? Doesn't work because there's a bishop here.
Your
So
best plan B C takes.
takes, and then you will take me back with the bishop, I suppose.
No, with the bishop you go b4.
Bishop d6.
Bishop
Yeah,
d6.
and then you got a5.
And then takes.
No. Okay. Takes.
Takes. I'd probably take with the rook first.
Okay, rook takes.
And then pawn takes.
Bishop
Yeah.
c7.
A6.
Nope. Bishop c7. Bishop d7 I'm not a fan of. Instead we have to bring the king out right away.
Or you can just go straight away bishop d6.
Mm-hmm.
Here you take.
I like more.
Here, you go.
Yeah, I like Alan's king d7.
I actually like Ben's bishop d3 more than my move.
No, because bishop d3 you can't block. And if you go on a6, c4. Here, you can first castle.
No,
Take with
you could just take the knight with check.
No, but then after your bishop's hanging.
and then
Yeah.
but it's sort of like a trade, is it?
It's technically.
You're gonna get, I mean, okay, there's a lot of lines that are winning here.
Wait,
I think the important thing is that you take on g3 first.
But takes. No, but here after king e2, they probably got. Yeah, no. They take here.
And then rook a8, rook
Here.
a1.
No, but then you go here, and it starts getting complicated after here. They can go here. And it starts getting complicated, actually. Because you're going to have to protect the pawn. But then also this pawn might be lost soon. After. I think you're going to win that pawn. You have a pass pawn. So I think here after bishop takes, after knight takes g3, takes. I'm not sure this would work that well, but I'm not sure you have anything else to do except for b4. No, b4 doesn't work.
Yeah, there's a bit dark for a bishop here waiting.
Waiting for the b pawn to push.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I'm not sure what you can do here actually.
Yeah, it does look a little bit suspicious.
if I were to go knight here, wait, if I were to, so the variation that we played, where can I? So if we take rook here, knight here, then what? Rook will go back.
Can't you just go b4 here? a5, I go rook a6. Protecting this, having this, and you have no dark square bishop, but afterwards you block this and you were able to win the pawn. But now I can go bishop d8 and go here.
All right, after bishop d8, then I can.
Oh, you can actually sacrifice this, I think. Can you? Oh no, you can't. You can't. My book's in time.
But as you were saying, after you move the bishop to d8, I can go b4 now.
Or you could just take on c5.
Wait, so if you do a random move like castle, no, but like what? Or after here b5 actually, or you don't have to move bishop at all and just castle, or yeah, and then go rook a8.
But after b5, can you just take on c6?
Wait, can't you heal after heal? Like if we do a random move,
Okay.
can't you just go c4 here and block it? Like,
But then maybe I still go b4.
What?
Maybe I still go.
But then you just take en passant, and
Yeah,
this pawn's still weak.
But if I take with my knight and then try and get a knight to c5.
No, but then my bishop can take it. My bishop can literally just take it. I'll be fine with that because this pawn.
My idea is probably king d2 and then put the other knight on d3, and you can either let my knight go to c5 or give up your powerful bishop. Both of those kind of seem like they have their own drawbacks.
But I think I probably should just take the powerful bishop, and then after king takes, you're not going to be able to enter this still anywhere. You're just gonna have a lot of pressure on the pawn, bishop d8 afterwards, or even wait. If you go like a random move, right? c4, b4 takes here. I go castle. So you're saying king d2, rook a8, knight d3. But that doesn't work because
Maybe something like this. Not completely sure about like if this is the correct move order, but maybe I don't play a random move in rook g1.
maybe you have to go here, castle, or king e2 first. Because after here, then when I here, yeah. Do we play here? Yeah, we play here. b4 takes, castle. You already have knight d3 ready, so you're gonna first take this, takes, rook a8,
Yeah, now something like rook a2.
rook a2, and gonna come here.
Yeah, it doesn't. It certainly doesn't look winning, but it looks like it's enough to hold.
Yeah, cause I can't go here. Wait, I can actually go here now.
Rook a1.
Or wait, I go rook a8. You go. Yeah. Wait, rook a1. If I take, you take, I take, you take. Yeah, no, I'm not. Yeah, no, I'm one less. But the problem is now all your pieces are tied down to this pawn.
Same with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but my king's close to your king.
But that rook on a6 is just.
And I also have pawn majority on. Wait, do I have pawn majority on queen side? Yeah, I think I have pawn majority on queen. I bet a pawn majority on queen side, king side. So it'd be more easier for me to push my pawn than you.
Yeah, plus my pawn structure is.
Yeah, because I can just go like if you go something like f4 or like even instead of king f4, I can just go h4 straight away. Then go g3, king g1, and go this way.
But what what's your goal? Like, what do you want to achieve? How are you gonna break through here as black? If white just sits on the position,
So like f3.
what do you do? Or something like just king e2, like just not provoking any weaknesses.
I can go g. Can I?
Yeah, you can, but I just go
No,
king.
I think g3 is actually kind of better. Only because g4 then here takes g3, you've blocked the whole attack. Because after here, you take, they take, you take, they take, you've blocked the whole attack. So I think g3 is more calm, and you can't go here because if it takes f3, you don't have any push.
If I just go king d3,
Or what?
If I just start shuffling my pieces, like king d3, king e2.
King d3, I can go f4.
Okay, so
King d2, bishop c7, e4.
Okay, but then I take.
I take.
And now I go knight
Now
c4.
you go knight c4, can you? Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can go knight c4 here, I'm not sure, yeah.
Maybe it's okay, but like I don't know.
I think it's gonna be a draw probably. That's probably a draw because I think it should be a draw. I can just move my king. I can just shove my and the problem is I cannot enter my king because wait, but after king g4,
king d3
or king f3.
King
Why not king
here.
f3?
Oh wait, no, because the problem is here. You still have to move it back. So yeah, so I think here's probably gonna be a draw. We go back to the game now.
Yeah. So none of this actually happened.
Rook a8, bishop there, and from there I was able to convert b5.
Wait, I have a question.
Yeah.
I think I could have gone here. Couldn't I have gone here?
No, I don't think so. If I take,
I take a king and just move a king away.
and I go knight e5.
I go king e7. Wait, no, I can't. Yeah, you can't. Yeah, no, I think I have to go b5 here. Problem is, knight e5 was so cool. Like, I should have gone here, like, after b5, here, rook a6, here, c4. Yeah, probably should have tucking.
But then I say with my knight. And
Take
again,
your knight.
I'm either gonna
King d7 then. King d7. You're not and you've got knight f6. I got f3.
no, but okay.
Wait, no.
I can even
No,
just
you can't do that. You can't do that.
instead of knight f3, I can even just take the bishop maybe.
No, I think you can go here now. Bishop e, blocking this, and there's no pawn here to
I don't even think this position like needs to happen because okay, even in this position, if I go b4, followed by knight b3.
If you're saying like, I go in g4 to go f3.
Maybe king d2. No, I'm kind of just.
I go now. I can go e4 now.
Well, then the bishop would be hanging.
Oh wait, no, the bishop hanging. Yeah, I can go bishop g3.
I can go knight e1.
Knight e1. e5.
Knight b3. So e4, you would give up a lot of control of the dark squares.
Yeah.
I can get your dark square bishop with knight c5, and doesn't look great for me. Knight c2, knight
Wait.
d4.
Can I go here? Okay, I can go here.
You can, but after I go knight d3, you probably have to take it, and then I'm kind of happy because the light squared bishop is your best piece.
So if I take, you take. No, but this is still a draw. This would still be a draw.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's some like
I can go. I'm probably gonna go f3, and your bishop. Probably your bishop is trapped. The
Okay.
bishop's completely trapped.
I can go bishop c5. But
It's not getting lost.
What?
It's trapped, but it's not getting lost.
Yeah.
mm-hmm. And I think white can at least play like for something here. Black, on the other hand, probably not.
No, I don't think black can do anything here.
Yeah. I said bishop is trapped, but that means that this rook is completely free, and your rook is actually trapped.
Yeah, it's true. The problem is you can't do anything in your rook. Because if you try going,
So
if you
something
try,
like I can kick your knight.
try to push.
No, I'm saying the A rook, the A rook.
Oh, the A rook. Oh yeah, the A rook is very free. But that's only because of the B pawn. Even if your bishop was gone, you said the B pawn was stopping everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and here
you can't go here because I take, you take it. I win a piece. Also switching in check here. Wait, no, I think out here you can actually go knight c4 check.
but
win this.
yeah, okay, maybe this is good, but you can also go bishop c5 originally.
Bishop c5? Oh yeah, that's better because then you're switching knight c5.
No, bishop c7.
No, bishop c7 I don't like a lot.
But it's probably the only move, right?
It's probably the best move, but
if you exchange bishops and allow the knight to c5.
Yeah, but then you can. I think here the problem is now your bishop's still trapped. It's still like I'm gonna have to go bishop. I'm gonna have to leave my bishop here or go bishop e3 again.
Yeah, that's true, but for it to be trapped, like it's not attacked, right? So,
but it's like you have nowhere to put it, and right now it's also blocking. The problem is if you go here, you're gonna lose a pawn.
I'm not gonna go there.
And the bishop only has no squares, what doesn't lose anything, and it's also blocking the knight from a good square. Like a really good square. Like if you're able to take this bishop off, knight c3, and you're really game over. Even the king was over here. It's still really good for what? White, because you control a6 for it's like very important right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
here's something completely on the other side of the board. f3, h4 looks appealing to me. f3 to stop g4, and h4 to completely activate the h rook, because you're completely focused on the queen side. So why not make a break on the king side then?
Yeah, and I think the main point that kind of has to be understood here is black literally can't do anything. Yeah. When the rook on a6 moves, he's kind of allowing the pawn on a5 to move forward. The rook on b8, it can move, but white has total freedom with all of his pieces. And okay, maybe bishop c5 wasn't the best move.
No, I don't like it because it's just blocking the c5 good nice square.
But which one of your pieces can move here as black?
None, except for your knight. Except for your knight and rook are the only piece that can move, really.
Yeah,
And pawns can't really move either.
And white can go for something like h4 or g4 or e4. Like
no, I think h4 is the best.
I'm gonna stack my rooks on the h file.
Yeah, g4 just slows down the position.
There are a ton of ideas here for white.
Yeah.
And for black, there's seemingly nothing. Like, you just have to wait.
So let's keep going with the game.
I would think the computer would give it a like +1 or something.
Probably +1. That'd be the best one.
Which means, yeah. But okay, yeah, this is just losing.
I totally missed f3. Like, if here, I just should have gone like knight f3. I said, just taking your piece down, and after you take, I do the same idea with king here. You can take if you want. Here's not an option, as we saw.
Crazy. Oh no, it doesn't quite work. I wanted to play knight a7, but then you can go rook a8, and after I take on b5, you take on b6. It's kind of
what? But
take on b5, take on
yeah,
b6.
but here they don't have to take.
But otherwise, you get 2 pieces.
Yeah, but the piece is not doing anything. Like here, I do a random king e2 move, right? Or a castle, whatever, like anything. What's logical? Take 6.
This has got to give an advantage.
The problem is this bishop.
This is much better for black.
But how?
Black is just
what?
Black has too much material here.
And also because the bishop. I think the bishop was the whole up.
Yeah, he has the 2 pieces. He's got the strong bishops. I wouldn't be surprised if black is probably completely winning here.
They are -2.
So yeah, knight a7 wouldn't work.
No, and not especially since this bishop's the only holder of the knight. The only holder of this bishop pawn. Without this bishop d8, game over. You can lose this pawn and up a pawn, and
so
the whole attack is gone.
So then it's probably a good idea instead of knight a7 to take the bishop. Knight c6.
f6 and.
But okay, yeah. Of course, this is lost.
Yeah.
But okay.
And from this point, I don't think there's much more of a game to analyze.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually really liked your conversion, Alan. I thought it was really nice.
Yeah, that's good conversion, but for the sake of time, we can just speed through the conversion.
Yeah. My favorite part when you started moving your king. I just love that. We just took out the pieces.
And you just kept on playing.
I had no idea what to play here. Like, I was clueless. I was like, I have no piece to move. My bishop's trapped. My rook can go anywhere, really. But then, yeah.
I know that the word resign is not in your mentality, so I'm not even going to suggest that. But
you know, I don't like resigning. Like,
yeah, I agree.
If you
there's always a chance I can stalemate.
Yeah, if you give you 6 queens, 7 queens, I'm still not going to resign.
Yeah, because there's always a chance.
Well, technically, there's no chance because it's blocking every square, so you'll still be checkmate.
Yeah, and you missed it, Hal. First game where you won, I got a stalemate in that the opponent stalemated me. So it is
did?
What?
Stalemated you?
Was he beating you?
So actually, it was an interesting game in that I dominated the positional battle. I was winning, not in terms of material, but I had a passed pawn. It was the only advantage for both sides. And it meant, however, it was cancelled out by the fact that I had only 10 minutes of time. So I crumbled under the time pressure. And by the end, I had 5 seconds left. He had 4 minutes left. And we blitzed through. He pushed the passed pawn down to 3rd rank. 2nd rank, I took with the rook. He took with the king. And that was stalemate.
Oh.
Yeah, it was
tough
some
game.
stalemate.
Yeah.
You guys will see in the report that I post either tonight or tomorrow night. That game will be posted. So you guys will be able to see the stalemate.
I really want to see because I thought you were gonna lose. Like I thought that James would win the whole tournament. He did, but I thought you were gonna get C out of 3, or like
Well,
draw Andy. Because like he's the second highest base, so I thought he was either gonna draw Andy or lose or win against Andy. I didn't expect him to draw you.
well, you know who also didn't expect him to not win? You know who else expected him to win all 3 games? Yefim Traeger himself. He told me in Russian, "Он вас всех победит." He will defeat all of you.
Which who?
Yefim Traeger.
Really?
Yeah, he told me in Russian, "Он вас всех победит." He will beat all of you.
But he didn't.
He won the tournament. He won the tournament.
But
And
he
he got rating. He accomplished his goal. He won the tournament, he accomplished his goal. And I redeemed myself after that 0-4-3 disaster class I had a few weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, with that, while we are bantering and making fun of National Masters, I'm actually going to be productive right now, and I'll put the raffle into the I'll put it into the chat right now. So let's see who'll win the raffle and what the prize will be. Prize is determined by the amount of people that enter, and raffle and winner will get depending on how many people enter. So I just put it in.
How much people are in?
We have right now 11 people on.
What's the going to prize?
Depends on how many people fill the raffle out. Discounted entry to a tournament.
Oh, that'd be good.
Yeah.
But also, if you just do a good blog, you can get in the tournament. Like I got a feeling I did a good blog. That's all you have to do.
Yeah, just write the blog. Well, this week I'm gonna win. This week I'm gonna rig it and I'm gonna win because I have stuff to write about.
You should send it in because it's due today. Did you send it in? Did you send it?
I'm in charge of the whole thing. I can send it whenever I want.
Oh. You can literally just give yourself every time a free pass.
I control the web. I control the website. I can do it if I want.
So do you have to pay for the TV to go in the tournament?
I plead the fifth. All right. So as I was saying, we had a question here which I couldn't answer yet, but we can answer all 3 of us right now from Diego. Alan, is there opening you can recommend for 1,000 to 1,300 for black? So let's start with our highest rated player here, Thomas. Let's go all the way back. So if the move e4 is played, Sicilian is complicated. I'm not a big fan of the Scandinavian or the French. The Caro-Kann's a good variation to learn. I'm not going to give you guys Caro-Kann theory, but after this and this, it's the 2 main line. Advanced variation, fun to play, complicated to play, and if you want to learn it, Diego, for black, you have to learn the theory in that bringing the pawn, getting the bishop out, getting the knight, and eventually pushing for the move c5. c5, just like the French defense, to get the bishop out. I'm not going to get much into theory, but there's lots of simpler variations. If takes, it's just fast development from both, and enjoy. So now, Thomas, let me ask you, d4. What would you want to learn? What would you want them to learn for black?
You know, I think this rating level, I think it's important, like, to play something that doesn't really require a lot of complicated theory. Like, for example, I agree against e4, c5. Sicilian is very complicated. And even though I personally play it, it's a great opening. At some of the lower levels, it's kind of good to play a system. So I would recommend playing like the King's Indian. So knight f6, followed by g6, bishop g7, d6. You can get some really fun positions. Top grandmasters have been playing this. You let white kind of take some space in the center, and you strike back with e5. You sometimes move the knight, play f5, f4. You can get a big kingside attack and finish the game in kind of beautiful fashion. And also saying, I think this kind of system also could work against e4 if you really wanted to. I like the Huracan. I think it's a solid setup. But I think the system with knight f6, g6, d6. I think
It's a system that I never. Yeah, it's a system that I never got the chance to learn, but I agree it's a good system. One day I will learn it. Ben, your thoughts? D4. What's your play as black? I mean, you play D5, and normal people will probably either play the Queen's Gambit or the London system. But yeah.
For me,
So
just play it simple. Like, you don't need that much open city when you're like when you start turning masters. Okay, yeah, sure. When you turn in like 1800 like Thomas, okay, yeah, sure. But like, if you're on the 1700, you shouldn't really use that much openings. Like, all you gotta do is play logical moves. Like, know some traps, play against traps, but like, you don't have to know a lot of openings there. Like, just play regular. Like, because what really matters is the middle game.
Yeah, and this guy that just put a comment on Twitch absolutely loves that you said it just now. He said, openings are definitely overrated, man. I used to spend so much time trying various openings, but I never lose my games in the opening phase, but somewhere in the middle or middle of endgame. So yeah, this guy is very happy that you said this, and he's very, not relieved, but he's just happy that there's someone at the panel of the three of us that agrees. I'm not one of them, because opening prep is important, because if you play somebody like an ICA, there's a player that knows lots of theory, and he will get you to panic under time pressure. This player, of course, is Andrew Goldfarb, who may blunder sometimes, but he has so much opening prep that he will blitz through the first 10 moves, first 15 moves. He can be in 40 minutes while you're in 20 minutes. And that's how I lost game 2 of the quads. D4, I've been trying lots of systems. I'm not comfortable playing against London for some reason. Like, I know it's just simple development, but it's not for me. Benoni is interesting. Gets to the most defensive position or the most attacking position, depending on how white plays. Game 2 of the quads, I played this. Either to get myself into the Karo Khan, which you just spoke about, or Queen's Gambit style Slav defense, which I feel comfortable playing. So yeah, that is our opening conversation. And we only got 3 responses for the raffle, so it seems as if nobody wants to win anything today. So let me just load it. Let's see, we have Diego, Jack, and Santiago.
Might go the one, yes.
So we have the brother of Thomas, the brother of Ben, and Diego, who asked this very good question to us. All right, Ben, good luck to your brother. Thomas, good luck to your brother. Winner will get, because we only got 3 entries, let's say 20% off Osfeld. Congratulations to Santiago Nunez for winning the raffle for this weekend. Commiserations to the Holder family, but thank you for commentating yesterday. Thank you for coming on today, last minute notice. No show next week due to the Amateur East Individual. No show in 2 weeks due to me getting my move-in ready for Texas. But in 3 weeks, I plan on restarting the shows with some big concepts, more school versus school tournaments. See y'all then.